Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokar Kodash. The one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua have mercy upon you. Alright, y'all, I got a video here. I've been talking about concerning this young lady in Queens. Got jumped by two men and a woman. It said Queens parking. I'm on the latest page I'm on is Esther Reacts. Queens parking wars erupt in street fight. Now we all know that Eve has she has no self-control, that she do what? She gonna argue. She gonna be loud. She gonna do all these things other than trying to avoid trouble, right? Now, the name of her video, We Are Not Safe Anywhere. So this is a black woman now, page I'm on. We are not safe anywhere. Black woman jumped over parking in NYC. See, a lot of y'all's interaction with people, most of the time you all are the one that caused the confrontation. If it gets physical, most likely you all started it, because you don't know when to shut up. You got to know when to not to. You got to understand you're a woman. You're a woman first. You can't, most people you come across, well, men, you're not going to be able to whoop. And even though these two guys right here appear to be two sweet guys, two Skittles, but Eve do what she does, so let's hear it out. Now, if you want to see the whole video, you got easy to put up. All you gotta do is say the woman got jumped by a two man and a guy, blah blah blah. You know what to use, and it'll come right up. This is gonna, most of the fighting portion of it is gonna be kind of blurred out, right? But hey, this woman here, you see what's going on. They back and forth. Now these are Puerto Ricans. She called me immigrants. Little do either one of them know that they are the same people. They're the same people, unless one of them including Eve, unless one of them have a father, unless they know who their father is, where they line come from or whatever. But for the most part, if that's a Puerto Rican, which is from the tribe of Ephraim, and the so-called black woman be with the tribe of Judah, they are what? They are the same people. But hear it out.
Look, this is a boy, yo! Yo! Hold on!
The video is not being shown, but you can clearly see that all three of them, well, especially two guys, these two guys are actually jumping her. And right there at the end, what did you see? You see the woman, they all three of them jumped her. Cause right there at the end, you seen what? You see the white woman jumping on her and putting her hair. Right there at the end.
Yeah. They're all getting
Why would you try to? Why would you be standing there trying to fight these people anyway? Though, you know, you by yourself. You shouldn't be doing that. You know, you gotta have some form of self control and how to avoid situations where you know you can't win. I mean, what would I look like sitting there, even if it's just two, and I see that they just about my size. I don't want to fight 2, 3 men. I know I can't win. Huh? 2 or 3 men and you trying to fight or whatever. I mean, it could be. Well, this is a whole different situation when you got for as a man and a woman. You know, you can have 5 women and 1 man, and if that man really hits them, they won't win. They can't win. But you know, we as men, especially Western men, we're always showing restraint when it comes to what punching a woman's lights out. But what these days are changing, and the time that we're in, you're not going to see a lot of men restrain themselves from jumping women, especially these Skittles. They think they women. So if they Skittles, if they one of them trans women or whatever you want to call them, if they one of them, you think they're gonna not. That's why he went right at her. Even though the lick looked softer than her, I know she probably could have whooped him by herself.
Do not.
The fact that only one person even came to help her is crazy to me. Like, this video was so hard to watch. Like, 2 men and another lady against 1 girl. Yo, y'all let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. And again, like, I'm just so disgusted on the fact that there was other people there that just stood around and watched and did nothing at all. Like, this is mind-blowing to me.
When I ever wondered what your home looks like from...
So like your man, commercials. I don't want to hear the Jake here, man. The Jake really got on my nerves, man. You're talking about the simping is real. I do not want to hear this dude here. Let's get to. I want to get the women's reaction because that's a point I'm about to try to make. So I want the women's reaction and I want the male's reaction, especially someone that's simping for women. Because this here is something that here we go. There goes sister right here.
Man, if it was a black man out there, he would have whooped all 3 of their ass.
Of course.
I kid you not.
So I just literally came on this app and watched 2 grown men fight a young girl over a parking space. It's happening in Queens somewhere. When I tell you, watching this I was disgusted, first of all. There were people around. There was one little old man with a cane was only attempting to stop them. Nobody else stopped them. Mind you, people was watching this. And this guy had to be like 6 feet.
So-called white man.
The mother and then the other son, they literally jumped this girl. When I tell you I'm sick to my stomach, if you want to go look it up, just pull it up. I didn't want to put it on my page. I don't know how TikTok is with stuff like that. But look, fight with over parking spot. And it should come up. But we got to do better, people. I swear, we got to do better.
That video of them 2 motherfuckers jumped that sister over a parking spot along with their mother. The video come on with them yelling at each other, calling each other names. She calling them immigrants and all this shit. And honestly, they look gay to me. I don't know if they are, but they look gay to me. And they gonna run up on her and fucking jump her?
They was. The first guy, the real high yellow, well, most of them are anyway, high yellow. Puerto Rican guy, he had breastises. Look at it, rewind it back. So they were clearly 2 sweet guys, you know. She didn't, you know, Eve used to getting harder fights than that with a 1-on-1 with another Eve. So she didn't get nothing. She didn't get nothing. She didn't even get a knot on her head.
Like that over a fucking parking spot? On my mama. I hope her family get that lick back. I condone that shit. When you want to jump somebody like that, be tough, I condone you getting your ass whooped. Just like y'all whooped her ass, y'all need to get your ass whooped too. I absolutely condone that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't condone it. No, let the police handle it. Fuck the police. Don't handle shit. We gonna handle this shit. Fuck the police. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to wash some clothes. I'm in my laundry room trying to get my tripod right. But that shit pissed me off. I actually saw that shit last night before I went to bed, so I was mad as hell hanging up off of TikTok and shit last night. But yeah, them motherfuckers jumped on like that over a parking spot. Fucking punks. Only punks do that shit. Jump on a fucking woman like that. Fuck.
If y'all haven't had the misfortune of seeing the video with the seemingly, and I'm going to assume that they're Hispanic people, 2 Hispanic guys and 1 woman. And all of this transpired because a woman she pulled up and she was wanting to get in the parking space. These people, I guess, were trying to save a parking space for somebody. So they put garbage cans in the parking space. And the black woman moved the garbage cans, or was attempting to do so. Because of that, the man is the first person that jumped out to start to grab her, attack her, and things like that. Then the other man and the woman joined in. Now, while this attack was transpiring, you had 2 guys that were standing on the steps that were observing. You had a guy come walking up with a fucking cane or stick or something in his hand, something that he damn sure could have used to start swinging on them to get their fucking attention and get them up off that woman. Now, y'all ain't finna tell me, because I've been reading people acting like that this does not have anything again, because y'all gonna come undoubtedly, why does it always have to be about motherfucker? Because it is about motherfucking color. Black women, I will say again, are some of the least protected and respected people that walk, if not the most.
That's a damn lie within itself. The most disrespected and the most people that always get what is the so-called black man. The so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. And we know this here. Eve ass ain't getting gunned down every day in the streets. Black, so-called black men getting, y'all always talking about y'all are not protected, man. You know, this shit, you know, and when, you know what? Let's go to this video over here. I'm glad I kept it on my damn screen. Now, listen to this here now. Listen to this right here, right? Let's go back to the front right here. To this dude right here, to the brother. This is the brother. I know y'all seen this video. I don't know if all y'all seen it. I'm on this little guy's page, Ty Boogie podcast. I'm just using this little, then I'm going to jump to this big mouth, loud mouth woman here. Now listen to this here. About store and speaking in the store and all that. So, I mean, this is the reason. Y'all want to know the reason. Y'all want to know the reason. This is the reason. Oh, let's get off of this. Let's see if you're going to jump right up.
Oh, let's about some groceries for next week. And I got a question. God's had me in this period of isolation these last few months, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss the memo. So what is it with a lot of, I said a lot of, many of them, not all of them, black women in the grocery store, you look them right in the face and you say hello and they act like you didn't say anything. Am I missing something, or is there a memo that I did not hear about?
Okay, now let's go to this sister right here, right? Listen to these sisters speak about. Listen to this shit here now.
Back to you when you said, hey, please understand, sir, be glad that you spoke to her and not me. Because there is a black woman that will meet you with that fire if you don't back your and stop talking to me. With the entitlement, the audacity, because you speak to...
See all the anger? See all the hostility? And then you all get mad when I say something like, you know, call you out your name and say and tell you, say, you know, this is a whore. I mean, you're clearly a whore because why? You selling ass. Every time you see a woman, every time you turn around, she asking the man for money. You's a whore. That's what you are. So y'all get upset and you won't. Back over here on the other page over here, you want to be protected. You want this and that. But this is what y'all been asking for this for a long time. Leave you alone. Don't speak to you. So mind your own business. We just mind our own business. I wouldn't dare help a woman. I wouldn't care who jumping a so-called black woman. Cause guess what? Because if I get involved and I lose my life, she going on with her life. And 9 times out of 10, a man get involved, the level of least, especially a so-called black man, the level of restraint is not used in the same manner that it's used in when it comes to Eve fighting. But when a so-called black man, they get 9 times out of 10, he gets gunned down. And she gonna right along with her life. She ain't finna give her mama nothing to bury him. She ain't finna do nothing. She ain't finna start no GoFundMe. She ain't finna do nothing when that man get laid down, that so-called black man get laid down on that pavement. Listen to this shit here.
To me does not. I'm in the South too. Because you speak to me don't mean, oh, I have to. What? Men, do y'all agree with this? Women, do y'all, like, as a black woman, do I have to speak with you? Can I go in and buy my groceries and go home to feed my family? You're not paying for the groceries? I'm probably uninterested because it looks like that gut was busting over. You couldn't even look down there and see anything that you could do anything to do. Well, what's your purpose? Okay? Be glad she didn't meet you with that fire. Because not only did she not speak, you felt it enough. So I know you were just hawking her down probably too. And the audacity, this woman, that you keep looking at me a little too hard. You gonna make me uncomfortable. And don't make me nervous now.
See, the mouth. Y'all always want to be violent, but I always talking about want some protection. But you know, you the man just said what he said concerning speaking. What's wrong with speaking to someone? Someone speaks to you. Listen to another Jezebel.
Now, before I get into what I'm gonna say, which is very unpopular, let me say this: you do not have to speak to anyone if you do not want to. That is your choice as a human being. He came on and asked a question, and there were some women in the comments that said, I just don't feel like it. I don't want to be bothered. I'm just minding my business. You know, I feel this type of way. Understandable. And that's it. But now you all are dragging it to where now you're saying, well, why would a black man speak to me at a grocery store? Why don't black men? And it's becoming an issue with black men. First of all, for a lot of you all, this is our elder. This is a Gen X. Some people come from an era or a generation, or even some people.
My correction, y'all. She's defending the she's really talking with speaking with common sense, common logic, or should I say, that a lot of women don't speak or don't have, which is what? Logic.
Come from certain parts of the world, like the South, where people are just hospitable, where people just speak to one another, especially the black community. There used to be a time where we acknowledged each other. How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? Angie Stone used to have a song, Black Brother, you know, strong brother. We used to just acknowledge each other because we shared a common struggle. That man said one word, 2 syllables, hello, and we are losing our minds. You can literally say hello to someone and keep it pushing. It takes you no energy to say hello. Literally keep it pushing. Like you can physically push your cart, say hello, and keep going. Instead, you're making this, oh, black women are tired. That man asked a simple question. Not every man is hitting on you, ladies. I don't believe a man is hitting on me until a man tells me I'm hitting on you, I'm interested, I like you, and I want you. Other than that, I'm just going to say hello. Then it's like, oh, well, he has to buy your groceries. Maybe I would have said hello. Okay, so is it a matter of you not wanting to speak, or you're not wanting to speak unless somebody buys you something? Buy your own groceries. I don't need anybody to buy my groceries for me to say hello to them. I can buy my own groceries. Because trust me, if a man buys your groceries, he's going to be expecting more than a hello. Again, if you don't want to speak, cool. But stop making this a gender war. Stop making this, oh, black men, oh, how dare you. The man's video was 5 seconds long. He just asked a question, answer it, and keep it pushing. But making entire think pieces on this and doing all this, y'all are doing too much. The man said hello. He didn't say, hey, little mama, how you doing? Let me whisper in your ear. We'll never grow as a people if we keep tearing each other down for the littlest thing.
Now I'm gonna be.
But women always tearing so-called black men down. This is what y'all do, man. Y'all forever tearing brothers down, and then when we come back at y'all and respond and just speak on the wickedness that y'all be talking about, then y'all get upset with us. As just like right now. How many of y'all gonna be upset and angry with me for even speaking on it and getting on your ass and showing the negative energy that y'all put forth towards us, but y'all won't want us to what? To for what? You know, you want your all your negative to be what? Positive, me positive towards you. No, when you bring that negative shit towards my way, I'm gonna shoot it right back towards you. This is why you have to that's why you have to avoid people. And Eve, you got to avoid Eve because most of them, 99% of them, they full of shit and they're gonna keep you into something that 9 times out of 10 they're gonna get you killed, man.
In conversation with him in a grocery store, I think you have bigger questions to ask. Because God forbid a woman just wants to go grocery shopping in peace. It's the projection for me. Because at no time did you do any reflection to just say that maybe someone wasn't in the mood. Maybe someone didn't have a good encounter with speaking to someone in a grocery store. Our encounter with men is that it's never just left at a hey. That we get harassed. And I can speak from my own experience being in the grocery store, counting the items in my cart. I see someone off my peripheral just standing adjacent from me, fucking staring like Michael Myers. So I'm like looking from his feet to his waist to his chest to finally his fucking face. Cause what are you looking at, really? By this time I'm looking crazy. Cause why are we just standing here staring at me? He like, well, why your face looking like that? I'm like, you're staring. Then on top of it, your pants are below your waist. Like, to the point where his whole midsection, like the whole crotch area, exposed. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is about to go on in a grocery store. He like, well, can I have your number? I said, no, I'm okay. I'm just here to shop. I just want to get home, feed my family. No, thank you. Do you know this man followed me around in 2 aisles, talking crazy on the phone?
What that got to do with the older brother y'all call Gen X? What that got to do with what he said? Now you gonna take a little YN confrontation, which could be a lie, because 9 times because that's what most of y'all like anyway. Niggas with their pants hanging off their ass, and showing their ass, and whatever. You know, y'all like that. Them the type of guys that y'all attach yourselves to. You know, I don't think it appear to me long eyebrows, the hair could be real, but I doubt it. Anyway, y'all like those pants sagging, young YN. So, you know, her story could be legit. But how you gonna take his story? I mean, that incident and apply to that incident, apply to a question that you just say Gen X older guy ask. Madness, man. But y'all always want to. This is why we try to what? As a so-called black man, we avoid y'all.
Talking about he slapped bitches that they don't just know. The last person that told him no. I'm the one that told you no. So you might as well have just said that directly to my face, because to be in the same aisle saying it, to me is crazy. Talking about, oh, bitches die. Okay, it was another black woman in that aisle. We looked at each other.
What is the obsession? What is the obsession? Somebody please tell me what the obsession is about us, because we grocery store and go grocery shopping and take our butts back home without being in the mouths of somebody else. So apparently this guy on here said he went to the grocery store and he spoke and this black woman didn't speak. So apparently black women are not speaking. And I just want to say for the record, we are fucking exhausted. We're tired. And we just want to mind our own business. We kind of want to stay out of the mouths of other people. We don't want to bother nobody, and we damn sure don't.
No, we want to stay out of the mouth of other people, because y'all make every damn near 70% of your videos are about black men. Over and over and over. As soon as you get some little YN, little sorry nigga, the dog you out, then you get on the phone. Get on your on the social media and you want to talk about every man.
Don't want nobody bothering us. So this is the thing. If we go to the grocery store, let us grocery shop in peace. Okay? If we go to the mall, let us go to the mall and buy some clothes in peace. If we go to the gas station, let us pump our gas in peace. If we go to the liquor store, let us buy a bottle in peace.
So guess what? When you get your ass jumped, let you get jumped in peace. So it's that simple, y'all. So let me click back over here on this side over here. Now let's finish here in this old queen here.
The fact that y'all can't see or refuse to accept or admit out loud that This would not, if that had been a fucking white woman that they had been fucking attacking, you would have had people jumping out goddamn windows out of them goddamn storied buildings. You would have had people running from down the motherfucking street ready to goddamn DDT motherfuckers. You would have had motherfuckers putting people in chokeholds and stomping them and carrying out.
See, this is where y'all get it from right here. Huh? These old wicked aunties right here. This is where you get it from right here. I'm not going to stop and help none of you. Huh? No. And you women that got husband, you need to instruct your husband, because y'all run the homes. Instruct your husband. Don't stop and try to stop any so-called black woman that's 9 times out of 10 that started this shit, and then turn around, you lose your life. She ain't gonna give you a coin. She probably not gonna even, she gonna just, whenever it's over with, the shots go, he on the ground dead, she gone. Everything over with. And what they gonna say? Well, he tried to help this woman out here, help this black woman. She was getting jumped, and some dude pulled out a gun and shot him. And she just ran off. That's what y'all do.
Kind of like the way they did that woman when they came to her protection when that guy was trying to kidnap her on the subway that I did a video about a few days ago. But the fact that nobody intervened for this woman. Now at the end, she did go to her trunk and she popped her trunk like she was about to get some. Now I don't know if she did or if she did not. But I didn't see anything else about it. And I think that, the fact that I hope that she gets, I don't want street justice to be taken. It would be easy for people to take street justice against these people. I would rather her get it the legal way. And I'm pretty sure that they have some things that can be stripped from them, material-wise, financially-wise, and their freedom-wise. And I hope she get everything that all 3 of them motherfuckers got coming.
She ain't gonna get nothing. Because, everybody's tired of this so-called black fatigue that they speaking on. It's not black fatigue for all black people. It's black women. Black women. The cruise lines, black women, huh? Fighting. Look online anywhere. You can't even scroll down Facebook that you seeing Eve out there scrapping and fighting each other like damn dogs, like cats and dogs. You ain't got to see them. A good match. You want to see a good match, a good fight. You ain't got to go see fights anymore. All you got to do is turn on Facebook. You see Eve fighting and stomping each other's heads in pavement, man. And sometimes even you losing their lives. Just a bunch of wild animals.
As well. This is my tube.
Y'all, did y'all see those 2 men jumping that black lady out in Queens? Child, ooh, that thing made my blood boil so fast, got me twisting over my words. Bitch.
Alright, man, I done got enough. Let's hit these precepts. Let's hit these precepts, cause Eve gonna do what they do. I don't want to see no more head actions and all of this and the mouth and all that crap. So let's go to we're gonna get some proverbs today. I'm not gonna get a bunch of talking about the usual. Well, let's go to proverbs. This is why we men mind your own business. Leave these Eves alone. Whatever they got going on, 9 times out of 10, if it's some physical play, she started it. Yeah, because she didn't have to stand there and call them. And all this negative, all this illegal immigrant stuff going on, and the violence. Most of the violence was within the America today. Right now, within the last month or so, it goes into what immigrants, and people are very upset with these things, especially we say Spanish people, because they are which is the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom are the one that Trump and them is mostly going after. Now you have some Southern Kingdom, which is for tribe of Levi, which is out of Judah. They what was going on with them? They was getting them to them, which is Haitians, but for the most part, it's the Northern Kingdom of the children of Israel that they are singling out at this present moment. So when you say immigrant, those fighting words. Those are fighting words. Just like calling you an N-word. So this is why men avoid them at all costs. Leave them alone. If they fighting, getting hit, whatever they doing, leave them alone. Let them do their business, because if you lose your life, they ain't going to give you nothing. This is Proverbs 4:25. Let thy eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Straight before thee. Pay attention to you. Leave other people's business alone, especially of Eve. Verse 26 of Proverbs 4:26. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. That ain't got nothing to do with you. If Eve want to fight, if Eve don't know how to shut her mouth up, and she don't want to ponder your path, just concentrate on your how about Hashem Yahushua. But 9 times out of 10, most of you all don't even know what I'm talking about when I say Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Right? Because y'all still what? You still focus on what? JC. I ain't even calling the name. JC. Because wisdom is something that you all are not being afforded in these times. Verse 27 of Proverbs 4:27. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. That goes in you being, now you should know what's good and what's evil. And these times that we're in, that exposing, people is being exposed, and the main two people that is being exposed for their wicked behavior is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and Eve. You all have been working hand in hand for decades over here in America, man. So now the time is up, and people are seeing your wicked behavior. Now you're getting judged, just like Esau, Edom getting judged. Eve, you're getting your judgment as well. I keep telling y'all that. Look at all of the, turn on social media, man. Turn on social media. More than probably 60% of the video on social media from YouTube, TikTok, you name it, it's Eve. You're going to see an Eve face on them doing what? Running their mouth. Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Eve is what? She's loud as hell. That one word clamorous goes into being loud. And anything coming out of her mouth is what? It's confused noise. This is why they don't know what it is to be to talk anything out, to be sensible, and to avoid trouble. No, they run to trouble. They run to trouble, man. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Now, I got to say this, and this is a twofold scripture. But guess what? Twofold scripture, literally in what? But it's literally and spiritual. So, Eve, she's clamorous, meaning what? Clamorous, meaning, first off, she's loud. And anything if she's running her mouth, is what? Is something that is confused, that's coming out of her mouth, man. Let's go to Proverbs 11. No, Proverbs 10. Proverbs 10 and verse 11. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. 99% of these Eve that you run across, you got to show me. Yeah, show me, because this is my YouTube channel. You got to show me that you are what? That you are not loud and ignorant as the norm, the usual. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. So this is why you're going to see them involved in a bunch of wickedness, because they're what? Violence covers them, and violence is something that they are 90% of the time that they are involved in, man. Whether they involve themselves, or they trying to what? Or they trying to talk someone in something that negative, that deal with what? Violence. Verse 12. Hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins. How rare is it for Eve, for that word love to come out of their mouth. If it is a love, that 4-letter word, but I hate the word. Because in Esau, Edom, kingdom, you can say love in one breath, and then the next breath stab me in the back. Verse 13 of Proverbs 10 and 13. In the lips of him that has understanding, wisdom is found. But a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. This is why you see Eve continually being in what? In these fights. They're on social media. They have, they are shit. Most of the time they're against what? They're against their counterpart, which is a so-called black man. There's no help in the voice of Eve for a so-called black man. This is very rare. Very, 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 very rare that you hear some words of wisdom for a so-called black man out of the mouth of Eve. Verse 14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. So this is why you seeing on a lower scale today, they're what? They're being their destruction. They're literally destroying themselves for what? For their actions, man. And their actions are predicated unto what? What they do, what they bring, what they're involved in. This is their life, but guess what? They don't take accountability for it. What do they have? What happens? That they blame everybody but themselves. They go down to verse 32, which is Proverbs 10 and 32. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. So this is what you have. Most of Eve is wicked. You can't avoid Eve because she's what? She's everywhere, man. Social media, she's everywhere. You can't avoid Eve, man. Let's go over here real quick to Psalms 30, Psalm 34, and start at verse 11. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord, Yahweh. Do they fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh? No, they don't fear Yahweh Hashem. They hate the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Why? Because they have to get in order. But they love the word of Jesus, because in Jesus, you can do what you want to do, be what you want to be. You can wear what you want to wear. You can do what you want to do. So that's the difference in serving Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Son, versus Jesus. Right? Do what you want to do, be what you want to be. This is what you get. Most of these Christians that you see that call themselves Christians and involved in Christianity, this is what you see. This is what you hear. Wickedness. Verse 12 of our Psalms 34 and 12. What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? How often do we see good coming from Eve, from our women, to serve us as they should be serving us? Because why? Because the Bible say, the Bible say. But this is why most of y'all don't want to hear the Bible. You don't want to hear the word, the true word of what? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Psalm 34 and 13. Keep thy tongue from evil, and thy lips from what? From speaking guile. That means trickery. Eve takes every opportunity to what? To trick Jake. And I just seen a video. This guy. It could have been it could be a what they call it, a skit or something. But it looked pretty authentic. That this man was paying this woman. I know you probably heard it, and probably heard it. Some of you have, some of you haven't. But either way, it's just a scenario that I'm using. That Eve, that she's that word guile goes into what? Trickery, right? And trickery, Eve is very tricky when it comes to this guy paying paying her $3,000 a month. She said that was her rent was, and her rent was $3,000. And we come to find out, a woman actually told on her, that told the man that her rent is $100. Can you imagine that? But that's regular. I mean, that's norm. That's the norm, man. That Eve got guys paying their rent when they don't have no rent. Some don't have rent at all, period. Some have rent for $10, $20, man. And they still ain't paying it. Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from what? From speaking God. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Eve don't want peace in her life because peace is something she's not used to. She's used to what? Madness all around her, because why? The madness that because her spirit is won't let her rest from wickedness. Why? Because this is the way she's wired. We're not going to get a righteous, mostly our women being righteous women in this kingdom, because this is Esau's kingdom, and Esau's left hand is Eve. Esau's left hand is Eve. Eve is what? Eve served what? Her white daddy in what? In this kingdom. Verse 15. Let's see. Yes, verse 15. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are what? Are open unto what? Their cry. The righteous. In these times, which is the 1/3, which is the righteous, because most of us are wicked, and we're not going to come out of it, and especially Eve, they're not going to come out of it, man. Which is Psalm, let's go to 30, 34, and 16. Psalm 34 and 16. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. So you 2/3 that's in Babylon, America, you will soon be cut off, and your wickedness, your remembrance of your wickedness, you're going to be cut off from the earth by what? By that fire, which is the second death. The righteous crieth, and what? And the Lord Yahweh heareth, and delivereth them out of what? Of all their troubles. Because why? Because when you have true understanding concerning the scriptures, you're going to use first humbleness, right? Right. I know I may go off and what y'all say curse, and say what you all call bad words, which is you all have no true understanding concerning the word curse, right? But I know how, when I'm in that world, I know how to avoid trouble. And the avoiding trouble is very easy for someone that has what? That humble themselves around a bunch of wicked people. And what? Avoid them at all costs. The Lord is near unto them that what? That are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be as a contrite spirit. Broken heart. Someone with that Ecclesiastes 7:7. Ecclesiastes 7:7, which goes into us being. Damn, boy, I can quote. Sometimes you can quote it right off the time. Sometimes you just forget. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. If you're not upset, you got to be. Once you learn the truth concerning what's going on all around you, and surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. That means wisdom. The more you increase in wisdom, the wiser you get concerning the worldly wickedness that are around or all about you, and what Eve is included in that wickedness, man. You will lose your life trying to save a wicked Eve from what? From trouble, because she looked for trouble. This is a part of her what? She don't have a contrite spirit, which means someone. It goes into what? Contrite spirit means someone that's humble, right? That's crushed, go through what? Hell, right? So she's not going to respect you trying to come to her aid. She's just not going to respect that. Let's go back over here into Proverbs 13 and verse 1. A wise son heareth his father's instructions, but a scorner hear not rebuke. Now that word scorner goes into a person who's express contempt. In most of our homes, a wise man hears his father's instructions, meaning it goes into the heavenly Father's instructions, which is the laws, statutes, commandments, right? Which Eve tosses daily behind her back, right? But a scorner hear not rebuke. So they're not going to hear the word of wisdom and that comes from the scriptures that if they're going to try to apply to their life. No, they're not going to try to apply them. So just leave them alone. Avoid them, right? They say avoid them, leave them alone. So leave them alone. So when they need when they're in even if it's life threatening, leave it alone, because you may lose a so-called black man is what? We're always the main target when it comes to being a target. But for some apparent reason, Eve always saying that they're the target, which is a damn lie. You can call 911 at the snap of a finger, and they're going to help you whether you wrong or right. Madness, man. Let's go down to verse. I could read 2, but verse 3 of Proverbs 13:3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that open wide his lips shall have destruction. So Eve, keep running your mouth. Your mouth is gonna always lead to you having you being your destruction, and your destruction is going to increase as the days go along, because a lot of the welfare, food stamps, free Medicaid, all of these things, as the time goes, with it probably weeks and months, maybe even months and years, they're gonna be cutting things almost on a weekly basis when dealing with that you all freedom that y'all once enjoyed. Proverbs 14:18. The simple inherit folly. So Eve's life consists of folly 90% of the time. The reason I say 90% of the time, because the 10% of the time that I'm saying that they can be in order is when they at work. So-called white man say shut up, they shut up. So-called white man say you can't wear that, you can't wear that. They ain't gonna wear it. So-called white man say you gotta fix your hair a certain way, they gonna fix their hair a certain way. But when your husband tell you that, you rebelling against him at all costs. For the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. That true knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. And that word prudent goes into wise, and discerning with knowledge. And that true knowledge again is the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, y'all. They're not going to listen though. 16. They go to Proverbs 16:27. Proverbs 16:27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire. So Eve, that goes into an ungodly man, but man refers to all people, men and women. So Eve's mouth is gonna always consist of a burning fire, which means they're gonna be always in the midst of trouble. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. That mouth, man. Who has more mouth than Eve? No one. Nobody has more mouth than Eve, a so-called black woman. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leader, which is exactly what she did. She pushed and pushed and pushed until she got into a violent confrontation with her neighbors. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. So she's fighting. She has to defend herself, which was 2 Skittles, which was nothing. Let's drop down to verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than what? The mighty. I know y'all hear me go off and say the things that I say, right? But guess what? You're not going to see me out there in the world loud, acting ignorant, and putting myself in danger of the hands of another. Because why? I know how to avoid trouble. And you run across a so-called black woman, 9 times out of 10, she's trouble. So avoid her. He that is slow to anger is better than what? The mighty. And he that ruleth his spirit than he that what? Taketh a city. The lot is cast in what? In the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. So know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to always protect his men, especially his prophets that what? That come here daily and preach and give true understanding concerning the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So when that normal say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, we'll call her Qudash, Shalom. Avoid her at all costs.